Hello everyone, this is Meghna. Today we are going to learn fractions. Now, what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole consisting the number of equal parts out of a whole. The fractions are consisting of two parts, the numerator and the denominator. The numerator can be greater or smaller than the denominator. What does this mean? Now let me take a pizza for example and divide this into four equal parts, and I eat two parts of it. What is the total number of parts over here? 4. And how much did I eat? 2. 2 by 4. This becomes your fraction. As I told, fraction is a part of a whole. 4 is a whole, right? This full is a whole and it's 4. And 2 is a part of 4. Yeah. Now this is consisting a fraction is consisting of two parts, the numerator and the denominator. Now what is the numerator and denominator here? 2 will become your numerator and 4 will become your denominator. You should remember that the total number of parts will be your denominator and the shaded or eaten parts will be your numerator. This numerator can be greater or smaller than your denominator. According to this, there are three main types of fractions: proper fraction, improper fraction, and mixed fractions. Proper fractions. Fractions where the numerator is always less than the denominator, it is called a proper fraction because the number of parts will always be lesser than the total number of parts and the value of the fraction is always less than 1. Example: 5 by 6, 1 by 9, 7 by 8, etc. In proper fractions, the numerator is a denominator. As I told, the numerator can be greater or smaller than the denominator. In this proper fractions, the numerator will always be lesser than the denominator. This will be less, yeah, small than the denominator. And as the denominator will be consisting of the total number of parts and the numerator will be consisting of the shaded or eaten parts, this fraction will always be less than the total number of parts and the value is always less than 1. For example, they took 5 by 6. Here in this, 6 is the total number of parts and 5 are the shaded parts you think. Here this is not a whole because total 6 parts are not shaded. In this case, this becomes a proper fraction. Now let's see improper fractions. Improper fractions. The fractions where the numerator is always more or equal to the denominator, it is called a improper fraction. Oh sorry, this is an improper fraction. The fractions where the numerator is always more or equal to the denominator, it is called an improper fraction because the number of parts will always be greater than the total number of parts. Example: 7 by 6, 58 by 23, 11 by 2, etc. Now here the numerator will always be greater than the denominator, and as it will be greater than the total number of parts, it will be greater than 1 and it will be greater than the total number of parts. Now let us see mixed fractions. Fractions where there is a combination of a whole number and a fractional part. Example: 3, 7 by 9. This means it's a combination of a whole part and a fractional part. You know what is a fraction. For example, this is 4 by 5. This becomes your fraction. In this mixed fractions, the fraction can be a proper fraction like this, or it can be a improper fraction like this. And whole part, what is a whole part? It does not have a fraction, just like one, only one. It does not have any numerator and denominator. This becomes your whole number. Now what is mixed fraction? This is the combination of this whole number plus a proper fraction or an improper fraction. Now for example, 3 7 by 9. This becomes your mixed fraction. The combination of whole number and what we say, it can be a proper fraction or improper fraction, becomes your mixed fraction. Now they not only these three, there are more two types of fractions: the like and unlike fractions. What are this? The like fractions, fractions with the same denominators, are known as the like fractions. For example, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 1 by 2, uh, 1 by 2, and so on. What does this mean? Now let us see. It told that the fractions with the same denominators. Here the numerator does not value, only we have to check for the denominators, not for the numerators. Now what is the denominator? Denominator is the down part. Yes, right? And like fractions are fractions, you cannot tell with one fraction is this a like fraction or not. You should at least have two or more than that to tell whether these are like fractions or not. If the all numbers are having the same denominator, which is the total number of parts, they are considered to be like fractions. In this example, oh sorry, 2 by 4. See over here, 4 is the total number of parts. 4. Now next is 3 by 4. Here also the denominator is 4. Here also 4. Next one, 1 by 4. Oh, again here also the denominator is 4. So these fractions are said to be like fractions. Sorry for this. Yeah. Now, unlike fractions, fractions with different denominators are called unlike fractions. Example, 6 by 8 and 56 by 9, 2 by 90, and so on. Yeah. Now, here 5, 8, 6 by, again in this unlike fractions the denominators will be different, not same. And this also we cannot tell for one fraction. These like and unlike fractions are said to be told for like more than 2 or 2. Mostly if it's more than 2 it will be nice. Now 6 by 8. Let's see these fractions and tell whether they are unlike or like fractions. 6 by 8. Here the total number of parts or the denominator is 8. Next one, 59 56 56 by 9. Here the denominator is 9. It is not matching to this denominator 8. So these are not like fractions. But also we have to see for one more fraction. Now 2 by 90. Here also it's not matching. Here it's given 90 and here is given 9 and here over here it's given 8. All are different numbers with different denominators. So these are said to be unlike fractions. Thank you. Hope you have understood.